Doomsday's final lead mission. Though life at the center was fairly easy, the missions its members undertook were dangerous. On occasion, teams would return missing members. Some fell in combat, never to return. Others decided the dangers were too much to keep facing, and retreated into the other realms. It was never easy for a squad leader to get over the loss of a member, and it was even harder for a team to get over the loss of a squad leader. Shortly after the incident with the Vortex creature, Doomsday's team was assigned to a routine search mission. A beacon, originally designed by the Special Projects and Development Group, was set off in another realm. Search beacons were used when a realm lord was in trouble, but no one had been assigned to the realm in question. It was assumed that someone who had run away from the center had used the beacon. Doomsday's team located the beacon, and it did belong to a runaway realm lord, but the realm lord in question was nowhere to be found. Instead, they found themselves in an ambush, as a barrier erected itself like a cage around them, and a red portal opened within it. Through the portal stepped the Black Angel. The Realm Lords attacked the Black Angel, but he evaded their strikes and battered them against the barrier. Over the years, he had grown far stronger than any of them had ever imagined, and seemed to be moving and fighting like a Realm Lord. 8 other demons stepped through the portal, each also as capable as a full Realm Lord, and they could not help but gloat, revealing how they had gained their power. They had been pursuing, capturing, and torturing those Realm Lords who left the center. Eventually, they had pushed a sufficient number of them far enough to get them to agree to train them. The Black Angel and the 8 other great kings of the Hells were now Realm Lords. The demons tore Doomsday's team apart, leaving her for last. She watched as they slaughtered each one and absorbed their souls. The Black Angel grabbed Doomsday and placed a finger on her head, claiming he would show her what was to come. She saw visions of armies of demons trained, not as Realm Lords, but well enough to harm the Realm Lords. She saw the 9 kings of the Hells, all displaying powers akin to the Realm Lord headmasters. She saw a future where the angels were plucked from the heavens and dragged to the Hells. She saw the center and all of her friends burning in hellfire. The Black Angel laughed as she screamed. Then he took his finger off of her head. The other 8 kings grabbed her and forced her between them. The Black Angel lowered the barrier and said, "Scream for me. Scream loud enough for him to hear you." Then he turned on Doomsday's beacon and threw it in the dirt. Doomsday's screams were loud as the 8 other kings had their way with her. Her beacon signal made its way to the center, and Dacheldor responded to the call before a team could even be put together. Appearing alone beside her beacon, Dacheldor got a full view of what was happening to her. "Hello, Dad," the Black Angel taunted. It was the only thing Dacheldor heard. Something inside him snapped and all the sound of the outside world faded. He charged in blindly, swinging at the Black Angel, who sidestepped and countered his every move. All the while, the 8 continued their assault. Dacheldor turned his attention on the 8, getting them to let go of Doomsday, but they easily overpowered him. They held him down as the Black Angel kicked and spat on him. This was only interrupted when several teams of Realm Lords arrived on the scene. The Black Angel and the other 8 retreated through their portal, and it closed behind him. The teams recovered Dacheldor and Doomsday and returned them to the center. Her team's bodies were also returned to have proper funerals. It took a few weeks for Doomsday to come back to work at the center. Overcome with grief and horror, she used her own powers to dull down her emotions, making her the Realm Lord equivalent of an alcoholic. The only person she felt comfortable talking to without this dulled emotion was Dacheldor, and even that was in small doses. Dacheldor felt completely lost. The situation felt as if it had reopened all of his old wounds, issues he thought he had overcome long ago, and had inflicted new ones. The thought of what Doomsday was going through enraged him to a point he had not felt in ages, and his inability to stop the Black Angel made him quake with fear he had not felt in just as long. Dark One helped Dacheldor work through this, but it took years. While Dacheldor was brave, and he found love and hope in life, he had never dealt with his fears from when he had been helpless long ago. He had grown so powerful, he had stopped worrying about such things, but this was no replacement for working through the actual issue. In the end, Dacheldor had to accept that no matter how powerful he became, there would always be things he could not control. Doomsday had much work ahead of her as well. She recognized she was in no condition to lead another team. Stepping down as squad leader, she asked to be assigned to a new team, as a simple team member. Dacheldor asked that she be assigned to his team, but because of their relationship, he was not permitted to be her team leader. He decided to step down as well, becoming a team member of a new team led by his former second-in-command, Dark One. Dark One handpicked his team, claiming they would be specialized in facing off against threats like the Black Angel, but he had his own reasons for whom he picked. Michael Titan was hesitant to let him do it, but in the end agreed. The team consisted of Dacheldor, Doomsday, Shakarok, Derek, and Nicole. Nicole's position as head of the police force was replaced, as was Derek's position as head of special projects and development. The nickname the other Realm Lords gave the team was the Family. Together they helped each other through the traumas they had experienced. In time, Doomsday began to laugh and smile again. Dacheldor found his confidence, and Shakarok and Nicole found joy in working alongside one another. Dark One spent countless hours helping each to discover the best parts of themselves and teaching them to accept and let go of their pasts. Derek was the only one unable to let go fully. He needed to be the one to defeat the Black Angel. It was what fueled him above and beyond all else. Dark One warned him to beware of this desire, but he refused to listen. He felt responsible for everything the Black Angel did, and no one could convince him otherwise. The family worked to strengthen the Realm Lords, preparing for the visions Doomsday had been shown. But one thing bothered Dacheldor that he could not shake. The Black Angel's words to him had been, "Hello, Dad." In the past, when he first met the Black Angel, he had muttered the word, "Father?" It seemed the Black Angel had a personal vendetta against him, kicking and spitting on him instead of capturing him or trying to kill him. What was this bond the Black Angel seemed to think they shared? Dacheldor was clueless to the answer. Beginning of the End Times. The number of demonic creatures moving between the realms increased drastically. It seemed whatever had kept the demons trapped in the Hell Realms no longer held sway on them. They struck targets in every realm. They waited for Realm Lord teams to respond, attacking them en masse when they did. They retreated as reinforcements arrived, but always this was too late to save the original team. They used the same tactic to eradicate scores of angels. Both groups, attempting to aid the realms, found themselves spread thin and slowly being picked off. The angels and Realm Lords began working together and teaching each other secrets each did not know about realm travel and spiritual power. They had to pull back from protecting all the realms, choosing who to protect carefully, and this bothered both greatly. To let the demonic forces have their way in some places and concentrate on others was not their style, but they had little choice. Soon it was uncovered that the demonic forces believed in a prophecy that spoke of a great end time. It spoke of an era when demons would roam freely through the realms, and all beings would be hard-pressed to save those realms from them. It claimed they would awaken a hungry force with the power to shatter the realms, and the Black Angel's maker would fall to them. It claimed a battle between an angel of light and an angel of dark would result in a change so great the realms would be affected forever. It did not say what that change would be. The first part of the prophecy had already come to pass, and this led the united forces of the angels and Realm Lords to search out the meaning of the second part. In their ancient library, the Realm Lords discovered a mention of giant entities that existed between the realms. Called Realm Eaters, these beings fed on the realms when the cosmos was young, and now slumbered in the spaces between them. If awoken, they could devour realms again, bringing permanent destruction to even the ancients, whose souls resided within the realms themselves. This led the angels to provide a conclusion as to what was meant by the Black Angel's maker. They explained that the original angels, the Black Angel included, had been created by the ancients, who they had seen as their gods. The Black Angel must have been planning to destroy the ancient who created him. When news of this reached Dacheldor, he could barely believe the ramifications. Was the ancient soul he was tied to the one who created the Black Angel? Is that why the Black Angel called him Father? He did not want to believe it. It sounded too egoic. But the more he reviewed it in his mind, the more it made sense. He was the god the Black Angel was rebelling against. Neither side could determine who the Angel of Light from the end of the prophecy was, but they were sure the Angel of Dark was the Black Angel. They set about investigating the possibility that the demons were planning to awaken the Realm Eaters, and soon uncovered something insane. The strongest of the Realm Eaters, referred to as the God of Destruction, was already awake and aligned with the demonic forces. This Realm Eater had the power to control the others with its mind, and would undoubtedly do so if they were all awakened. The Center devised a plan to destroy the God of Destruction before that happened. Recalling the destructive force of the energy created during the battle with the Vortex creature, they devised a way of harnessing the Vortex's power within a small explosive device. This device should be able to destroy the God of Destruction if set off in close vicinity to it, but would only be able to be handled and detonated by a being with nearly infinite spiritual energy, an ancient. Dacheldor gladly accepted this mission. Dark One and his team trained with the angels to learn how to exist between realms, and then traveled to the location of the Realm Eater nest. There, all the Realm Eaters slumbered except one, the God of Destruction, a beast so grotesque it could not be described. The other Realm Eaters were also horrifying and impossible for a sane mind to comprehend. Dacheldor knew as he looked upon the creatures, as long as any of them lived, the realms were in danger, as were his fellow ancients. His team urged to complete the mission, use the device on the God of Destruction to avert the current threat, But Dacheldor had a more permanent solution in mind. He believed he could link his mind with the god of destruction and, through its connection to the others, destroy them all with the force of the vortex. This would of course require him to make physical contact with the being, but it was a risk he was willing to take. Doomsday warned Dacheldor not to go through with his plan. The force of the vortex unleashed in such a way could eat through even the protections of his immortality. He could not bring himself to inform her that, in order to control the explosion, he already planned to divert all his attention to it, effectively canceling his self-imposed immortality. He simply promised her he would return, though he did not explain in what form. Dark One commanded the team to retreat and wished Dacheldor luck. Once they were out of the area, Dacheldor strode up to the god of destruction, holding the device. The god of destruction sunk its realm-devouring fangs into his chest, and he felt it pulling at the ancient within him through his connection. He promised himself it was worth the risk. He closed his eyes, thought of the family one last time, then melded minds with the creature. An explosive force beyond all imagining blew him and the god of destruction away, then rebounded through every remaining realm eater. In an instant never seen by anyone, the entire species was obliterated for good. The demonic forces were enraged by the outcome, but overjoyed to hear of the death of Dacheldor. The Black Angel was the only one who was not satisfied by the outcome. He had hoped the prophecy had spoken of the realm eaters devouring the ancient he viewed as his father, not simply causing the fall of its host. He became erratic, trying to quickly make a plan to ensure a new host did not soon rise up to take Dacheldor's place. Most of Dark One's team chose to view Dacheldor as temporarily out of contact rather than dead. They knew that his soul had been united to the ancient he truly was, and a new host would soon join them. Doomsday was the only member not to view it that way. A new host would not be the same Dacheldor. She had no idea how she would feel about him or how he would feel about her. There was no way of telling when the new host would arise, so the Realm Lords and Angels did not look for him or wait for him. They continued fighting the war with the demonic forces as best they could, awaiting the end of the prophecy and the change it foretold.